Hello, this is Pastor Bob. We're now in week 3 of our How the Bible Got Its Books. And so I'm going to start this morning with a story. You heard me talk about growing up in Pea Green, and some of you were just there, so you know it really exists. Well, we had one Bible in the house, and as you can imagine, it was the old King James Version. And it was a soft black cover. It was kind of like the family Bible, so it had been probably not used as much as it could be, but it was used. And there's some thumbprints and stuff, and some writing in the edges that how people do. And particularly Psalm 23, which seemed to be a popular one, and then Isaiah 40. As the Sermon on the Mount. My mom had really liked those particular stories. So for me, the Bible, it was the Bible. That's all we knew at the time, right? It was whole, it was complete, it was unchanged from the beginning of time, and that just was the Bible. Mm-hmm. And but I want to share that I learned when I was going through all my education, for the pastor thing. I'd take all these courses on the Bible and so forth. That 1611 King James Version that my mom read originally had 80 books, not 65. It had 80, and they had a section in there. Daryl helped me pronounce this right. The Apocrypha. Mm-hmm. And then it had the Tobit, and it had the Wisdom of Solomon, Zechariah, 1st and 2nd Maccabees. And these were the same books that John Wesley read, because this was the Bible that he had in his time. And so it's the same books that Augustine quoted in the scriptures for at least 1,500 years. So, but then somewhere in the 1880s, a printer in London, or we think it was London, at least from what I read, or perhaps New York, I'm not sure, decided to leave out some of the books because of the paper. It cost too much to print it and to typeset it and the whole works, and so it was really expensive to print them, so they were just kind of removed. So
it wasn't even the church that did that. It was.
Well, that's the story that I've been told. I don't know if that's totally true, but so of course.
I just add to that, can I, Bob?
Say again.
Can I just add to that?
Yeah, sure.
So the reformers. The Protestant Reformers, they based the Bible only on the Hebrew scriptures and not on the Greek translation of the Hebrew scriptures. There was a Greek translation called the Septuagint, abbreviated, LXX 70. That was made back maybe, 200 to 300 years before Jesus in that time period. Because a lot of people didn't speak Hebrew, a lot of Jews didn't speak Hebrew, so they translated into Greek. And that had, but that was before the Jewish scripture was really codified. It was just, we didn't know exactly which Bible was in, which were out. And so they had a lot of additional ones, and that's the Septuagint. And that's the Catholic Bible. Yeah,
we're going to get into a lot of that in just a few minutes, but
So, but the Reformers relied only on the Hebrew Bible. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Not the Septuagint.
Yeah, I think that's true. But the point I'm getting at here, just in this short introduction, is it got changed, and most people never even knew the difference. And at least in our time period, and then so today we're going to start going through some of the actual history Mark was talking about a little bit. Oh, Aaron's not able to get in again. I don't know what the problem is. He doesn't show up on my... hang on. I'm going to
A
have
lot
to
of
call
people,
him.
you could take